was a part 1 to this video about a week ago for the release of MLB The Show, and I'm doing now part 2 as a kind of a injunction or in conjunction with the start of the MLB season. Yesterday was the opening day, which actually yesterday is today for me. I'm recording this on opening day, so I don't know any of the outcomes of today's games, but hopefully everybody stays healthy. Hopefully there's some sort of some great games for us to watch on opening day, and I'm hoping for it to be a great year of MLB games and maybe even see those Atlanta Braves repeat. But that being said, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. As you can see, there's gameplay going on somewhere around me. I'm gonna kind of link this with, or sync this up with some MLB The Show gameplay, which was not out for the part 1, so it's a little bit different structure from part 1, but I don't know, I figured we're trying new things here on this channel. So that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy. So fact number 26, no gopher grannies for Palmer. That's a weird line. During a fabulous 19-year career that saw him inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame in 1990, Baltimore Orioles pitcher Jim Palmer won 268 games, including 8 separate 20-win seasons and 3 Cy Young Awards. Palmer also gave up 303 home runs during his career, but remarkably, none of them were Grand Slam home runs. Interesting. What are these gopher grannies? I don't understand. Why they gotta be gopher? I don't know. Number 27, playing with treadmills and children will get you in trouble every time. Following. Oh, sorry, excuse me. I just finished filming the spaghetti mukbang that you will see tomorrow. So my stomach might be making a couple noises, as it always does. You guys know, you guys that are sub to me know that my stomach is very loud after or before eating. If I'm very hungry or if I just ate, my stomach just makes strange noises. Anyways, playing with treadmills and children will get you in trouble every time. Following his first year with the Houston Astros in 1998, during which he led the team with 38 home runs, 124 RBIs, and a .312 batting average, Moises Alou went to work during the offseason to prepare to lead the Astros once again in 1999. However, Alou tore his ACL falling off a treadmill, causing him to miss the entire 1999 season. Alou was prepared to come back strong the following year. However, he re-injured his knee tripping over his son, causing him to miss a chunk of time in late April and early May. Yikes. Treadmills and toddlers somehow weren't a good combination. Yikes. Number 28. Snowy beginning causes a sudden ending. Yikes. Again, on opening day 1907, the New York Giants hosted the Philadelphia Phillies. Also, the fact that they've been the New York Giants, New York Giants, that's not the New York Giants anymore, but the Philadelphia Phillies since 1907, that's insane. The city of New York had just dealt with a rare early spring snowstorm, and the stands were filled with snow when the game started. The Giants quickly fell behind the Phillies, and by the 6th inning, fans were fed up and started throwing snowballs onto the field. That is such a New York thing to do. Fearing for safety, umpires quickly called the game to a halt, and forfeit was called in the Phillies' favor. That's hilarious, actually. Bobby Richardson goes against the grain in 1960 World Series. Number 29. During the 1960 regular season, New York Yankees second baseman Bobby Richardson hit hit just one home run with 26 runs batted in over 150 games and 460 at-bats. However, during the World Series, Richardson hit one home run with 12 RBIs in just 7 games. One home run with 12 RBIs. That's a really good stat line. With the homer being a grand slam, that's a very good stat line. Richardson was voted MVP of the World Series, becoming the first player ever at the time to win the award while playing for the losing team. Wow. That's crazy. Number 30. Triple plays are rare, but this one even more rare. Rarer. It literally says rarer on the article. The triple play is indeed a rare feat in baseball, but on September 2nd, 2006, the Tampa Bay Rays pulled off a first, even for the rarest of feats. Wait, what? On that day, the Rays produced a triple play that consisted of a strikeout and 2 base runners caught off base against the Seattle Mariners. With runners on first and third, Rays reliever J.P. Howell struck out Raul Ibanez, with Mariners third baseman Adrian Beltre running from first. On the play, Rays catcher Dioner Navarro fired the ball to shortstop Ben Zobrist, who tagged Beltre out. During that throw, Jose Lopez tried to go home from third, but Zobrist fired the ball back to Navarro in time to nail Lopez at the plate. The play resulted in completing the first 2-6-2 triple play in MLB history. Wow. Wait, what? Okay, so here's fact number 31. Triple plays are rare, but ending a game with one is even rarer, more rare. It's repeating itself. While the triple play is indeed rare, the unassisted triple play is even more so. Only 15 times in Major League Baseball history has the feat ever been pulled off. Only twice in MLB history has an unassisted triple play ever ended a game. The first time occurred on May 31st, 1927, when Detroit Tigers first baseman Johnny Nguyen caught a line drive, tagged the runner leading off the first bag, and then raced to the second to tag the runner returning back to the bag. Ironically, another unassisted triple play had occurred the previous day. Wait, what? Back-to-back days of unassisted triple plays. Wow. When Chicago Cubs shortstop Jimmy Cooney pulled off the feat. The second time occurred on August 23rd, 2009, when Philadelphia Phillies second baseman Eric Brunlett snagged a line drive, tagged second base, and tagged the runner trying to retreat back to first base. Wow. That's crazy. Also, the guy on first base must have been so clueless to be like running towards second and then like not even realize that. Anyways, Toby Hara pulls off 2 firsts in 2 years. Interesting. It's not often that a baseball player achieves a first of anything in baseball. However, for Texas Rangers shortstop Toby Hara, becoming the first to do something became old hat. On June 25th, 1976, in a doubleheader against the Chicago White Sox, Hara became the only shortstop ever to play every inning of a doubleheader and not get a single ball hit to him. As if it weren't enough for Hara, 1 year later, on August 27th, 1977, in a game against the Boston Red Sox. There's a typo in this article. It says Boston with an M. Hara and teammate Bump Wills became the only players in MLB history ever to hit back-to-back inside the park home runs. Wow. Holy crap. Back-to-back inside the parker. The inside the parker is just about as rare as, well, I guess not as rare as a triple play. A triple play is definitely way more rare. I would guess there's been more inside the park home runs than triple plays, but don't quote me on that. Let me know. That's like almost like the baseball version of what's more more? More doors or more wheels? Let me know in the comment section. More triple plays or more inside the park home runs? I want to know. Don't look it up either. Number 33, Yankees finally skunked. In 1963, the New York Yankees won their record 28th pennant, and were moving on to face the Los Angeles Dodgers in the '63 World Series. In 27 previous tries, the Yankees had won 20 World Series titles. However, that year, the Dodgers denied the Yankees a chance at their 21st, pulling off something no team had previously done. The Dodgers swept the Yankees in 4 straight games, marking the first time in history that the Yankees had ever been skunked in a World Series. Wow. Also, 27 previous tries, the Yankees had won 20 World Series titles. That's nuts. 20 out of 27. That is insane. Tony Cloninger pulls off the impossible. Number 34. Just who exactly said pitchers can't hit? Hard-throwing pitcher Tony Cloninger. Yeah, we're going to go with Cloninger. Had a record of 113 and 97 during his career while playing for the Milwaukee/Atlanta Braves, Cincinnati Reds, and St. Louis Cardinals. However, it was Cloninger's bat that earned him a spot in baseball's record books. On July 3rd, 1966, while playing for the Braves, Cloninger hit not just one, but 2 Grand Slam home runs in a 17-3 rout with the San Francisco Giants. Cloninger tacked on a single RBI to add to his total. Cloninger tacked on an RBI single to add to his total of 9 runs batted in for that game. Cloninger became the first player in National League history to hit 2 Grand Slams in one game. Interesting. Number 35, Eddie Matthews makes SI history. Third baseman Eddie Matthews was a great player during his 17-year career. The first 15 with the Boston/Milwaukee/Atlanta Braves, hitting 512 home runs along the way. Wow. However, on August 16th, 1954, Matthews made history in another way, becoming the first athlete in any sport featured on the cover of the new Sports Illustrated magazine. Interesting. A Braves player was the first athlete in any sport featured on the cover of the news, so he was the first cover athlete. Wow. Impressive. A little bit of Atlanta Brave history right there. Alright, number 36. Don Baylor is a good luck charm. It took Don Baylor 17 seasons to finally make it to the World Series, but when he finally got there, he didn't want to leave. Baylor became the first player in MLB history to appear in 3 straight World Series with 3 different teams: the Boston Red Sox in '86, the Minnesota Twins in '87, and the Oakland A's in '88. Baylor quit while he was ahead, retiring from baseball following the '88 World Series. Good move, sir. Number 37, another famous babe at the World Series. While just about every knowledgeable baseball fan was aware of Don Larsen's perfection in Game 5 of the 1956 World Series, there was one other little-known fact regarding that call. After a 22-year career as a National League umpire, Babe Pinelli was behind the plate when he called pinch hitter Dale Mitchell out on strikes to end Larsen's perfect game. It was the last game Pinelli would call as a home plate umpire, retiring after the '56 World Series. After a 22-year career as a National League umpire, was behind the plate when he called pinch hitter Dale Mitchell out on strikes to end Larsen's perfect game. Okay. So his last game that he ever umpired was a perfect game. Wow. Number 38. No wonder they worked side jobs. Oh gosh. In 1965, the average minimum salary in Major League Baseball was $6,000. $6,000, just $1,000 more than the major league minimum 18 years earlier in 1947. Many players actually worked jobs during the offseason to supplement their income. Today, the minimum salary in MLB is approximately $417,000, so no side jobs needed. Yeah, absolutely not. Claude Berry protects his berries. Claude Berry only played 21 total games in the majors between 1904 and 1907. 21 games in 3 years, what? But he came up with a new innovation that saved a few berries, so to speak. Berry was the first catcher in MLB history to wear a protective cup during a game. I'm guessing he got his bell rung just once, too often. Oh my god. Yikes. There you go, the cup, the protective cup, goes all the way back to 1907, I guess. Number 40, steroids in the 19th century. Wow. Chicago White Stockings third baseman Ned Williamson had never hit more than 3 home runs in the first 6 seasons in the National League. But in 1884, Williamson found his power stroke. Williamson hit 27 home runs in 1884, a record that would stand until 1919, when some dude named Ruth hit 29 to set the new standard. Wow. 29 home runs from Babe Ruth was a record at one point. Williamson greatly benefited from a very short outfield fence in his home park, Lakeshore Park. During the park's previous years, balls hit over the fence in that park were ground rule doubles, but in 1884, its final year, they were credited as home runs. Thankfully, he wasn't accused of juicing. Wow. Number 41, the light-hitting 1970s. The decade of the 1970s saw incredible baseball, with the rise of the Big Red Machine, the New York Yankees' resurgence, and many other feats. However, the 70s also saw one milestone achieved only once. Outfielder George Foster of the Cincinnati Reds was the only player to hit 50 home runs in one season, launching 52 in 1977. Wow. Interesting. Number 42. 4 times is the charm. In the history of the Major League Baseball, rare has been the time when pitchers have recorded 4 strikeouts in the same inning. Oh, I guess that would be technically possible. Because I think if you strike somebody out and they steal first, you still get credited with a strikeout. Let's read on. However, in 2011, 3 pitchers pulled it off. A.J. Burnett struck out 4 Colorado Rockies batters in the 6th inning on June 24th. Justin Masterson of the Cleveland Indians struck out 4 of the 2nd inning against the Boston Red Sox on August 4th. In Milwaukee, Brewers starting pitcher Giovanni Gallardo struck out 4 in the 5th inning of a game against the Cincinnati Reds on September 17th. Interesting. Number 43, cartwheeling his way to the DL. This sounds like it's going to be embarrassing. There have certainly been many players in the MLB history who love to have fun on the field, but only one tried a stunt that landed him on the DL for a long period of time. On September 6th, 1992, Chicago Cubs pitcher Mike Harkey was trying to impress his teammates by attempting a cartwheel. The 6'5" player didn't quite land it sharply, severely damaging his knee in the process and ending his season. Harkey took over 6 months to rehab, not returning until mid-April the following season. Word has it that Harkey did not attempt anything acrobatic during his first start back from the DL. Probably a good call. Number 44, J.D. Drew gets a charge in Philly. When outfielder J.D. Drew was selected by the Philadelphia Phillies in the 2nd overall pick in the 1997 MLB draft, on the advice of his agent Scott Boras, Drew opted not to sign. Drew would pay the price just 2 years later. August 10th, 1999, Drew, who was selected by the St. Louis Cardinals, was the 5th pick in 1998, made his first appearance at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Fans let Drew know exactly how they felt about him, pelting him with a multitude of batteries. Wait, what? Drew had to be escorted off the field while the Phillies cleaned up the field and urged the crowd to stop, giving a brand new meaning to assault and battery. What? They were literally throwing batteries at him on the field. What? Okay, number 45. This one actually has a video with it. A pizza attack at Fenway Park. In April 2007, the Los Angeles Angels were visiting the Boston Red Sox at Fenway Park. The Angels' left fielder drifted over to the foul line to attempt to catch. However, the ball was just out of his reach. In his reach, though, were 2 cups of beer that tipped over while attempting the catch, prompting another fan to throw a slice of pizza at the beer-drenched fans. Many things have been thrown at parks in MLB history. However, pizza has never been high on the list of items hurled. That's funny. Number 46. The strangest man in baseball. Backup catcher Mo Berg carved out a 15-year in Major League Baseball. That doesn't make any sense. Spending much of his time on the bench with 5 different teams. Berg went to Princeton University, got his law degree at Columbia University, and studied linguistics at the Sorbonne in Paris. Sorbonne. Again, just a Georgia boy, you know. Obviously uncultured. Hall of Fame manager Casey Stengel called Berg the strangest man in baseball, and one reporter once said he could speak a dozen languages but couldn't hit in any of them. That's funny. Number 47. Birthday and uniform go hand in hand for Carlos May. Chicago White Sox outfielder Carlos May fashioned a nice career for himself in the South Side, playing in 1,002 total games, hitting .275 during his time in Chicago from 1968 to 1976. May is the only player in MLB history to wear his entire birthday on the back of his uniform, May 17th. Interesting. Oh, cool. So his last name was May, and his number was 17, and he was born on May 17th. That's fascinating. He had to have done that on purpose. Number 48. Justin Verlander was good, but Jared Weaver was pretty special as well. While Detroit Tigers pitcher Justin Verlander put together a phenomenal year in winning both the American League Cy Young and the Most Valuable Player award, Los Angeles Angels pitcher Jared Weaver had a pretty special year as well. Weaver was only the 5th pitcher in the designated hitter era to post a sub 2.0 ERA in the first 20 starts of a season. Interesting. Sub 2 ERA. He was only the 5th pitcher in the designated hitter era. Wow. Number 49. We got 2 more. The Sultan of SWAT was a knobby guy. Legendary Hall of Famer slugger Babe Ruth has been called a lot of things in his life and beyond, but he was also credited with being an innovator as well. In 1919, Ruth ordered special bats from Louisville Slugger that allowed him to hit 29 home runs in his first full season as a position player, breaking the long-standing single-season home record set in 1884, which we talked about in an earlier fact. It was the first time that a baseball bat had been produced with a knob at the end. What? How would you hold on to a bat that didn't have a knob at the end? I feel like it would just slip through your hands. Fascinating. Okay. And number 50, MLB has got some balls. If you have ever wondered why the price of your baseball ticket has been going up, here might be part of the reason. On average, MLB goes through about
850,000 baseballs each year at a price of approximately $72 per dozen. That's about $5.1 million. What? $5.1 million in baseballs. That can't be right. That can't be right. $72 per dozen of baseballs. I feel like it didn't cost that much for that many baseballs, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't watched part 1, go and check out part 1. I will link it in the description. And of course, I will be posting more videos similar to this, MLB, the show, content, and maybe even some more sports content moving forward. I do want to get a little bit more involved in the sports side of ASMR, so definitely subscribe if you're a fan of ASMR and ASMR gaming or sports. This is going to be the channel for you. So, that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace, peace. Good night.